Yo, this is Stat. Yo, this episode is sponsored by Goodies. Make sure you follow their Instagram page. The promotion code for free shipping is FrndsvsFrnds. The link will be in the description. The promotion code will be in the description. Their company does rugs, chunky knit blankets, pillows, and tote bags. Thank you for sponsoring us in this episode. Peace.
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
What's
It's
good?
Friends versus Friends
What's going
here. It's JT, got Statman, then we got
Statman,
KB to my right.
That's
Yes,
me.
so.
What's good with y'all?
It's Friday.
Interesting day.
For
We got
side
a job. We got shit to do.
I wish one day we could say that.
Hey, yo, the NBA is back. Man, this week was lit. I was really excited. It was some great games. But
And some disappointment.
yeah, oh yeah, of course some disappointments. But before we get back into like the real actual NBA season, the last little bit of preseason was hilarious. We gotta talk about that stat. Just get everybody up to date with that.
Man, let's first. I want to give a little bit of shout out to Brooklyn, New York. At least normally during the preseason, they're all disappointments. But we actually got to go to the West Coast. Good old sunny California. We're going to first start with the drama that's happening with good old Russ. Jabron, hit that clip, please.
In a now viral video, Russell Westbrook stood off to the side, away from his Lakers teammates in their pregame huddle before that loss to the Timberwolves. Mid-game, he waved off a defensive huddle from Patrick Beverley. Speaking to reporters Thursday, Westbrook explained he's been, quote, doing the same ritual before games for as long as he's been in the NBA. And now, guys, a little bit of breaking news. According to Woj, just this morning, Westbrook will come off the bench tonight. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a problem is this for your Lakers?
Skip, you know what, man? I ain't got no scales. I can't measure anymore. I think I speak for a lot of Laker Nation fans. They ready to be done with Russ. Russ doesn't want to be a Laker, and the Lakers doesn't want him. They don't want him. And the thing is, I think Laker Nation talking about coming off the bench. When is he going to be able to come off his couch? They're done with Russ. I think Russ is done with them also. Yep. I get it. Okay, that's your routine. You don't want to celebrate. Okay, I get all that. But when we see this, I've never seen somebody wave off a huddle. We're trying to, and skipping, and sometimes, hey, guys, hey, we got to buckle down here. Hey, that was a good play. Hey, let's buckle, let's settle in. Hey, let's run our offense or let's get back on defense. Sometimes that's all the huddle is about, Skip. It's not like an NFL huddle, Skip, where we calling over plays. Sometimes you just call the huddle, okay, that was a good play. Hey, let's just make sure we get back on defense. Hey, let's go through run our offense. Let's settle down here. And this man, I'm just so, like I said, Skip, I ain't got no scales. I don't know, what I just know that him, just like when he gets the ball, I get anxious. I want to turn the TV because I know something is good is not about to happen. It's just frustrating. And they made a mistake. The Lakers made a mistake. Russ made a mistake in wanting to come to the Lakers. But this is not going to work. This is not going to work. As long as he's on this team, the Lakers are not going to win a championship or really compete for a championship. So I'm just over the hope. I'm over this situation. Hopefully they can get some value out of him running the second unit. I hope that's the case. But it would be so much better if, they were just able to part ways.
Okay, I'm going to start with the first piece of video, the little huddle out on the floor,
Right.
initiated by Patrick Beverley.
Right.
Come here, let's talk this over. Russ says, I was talking to the coaches about a blown coverage, and then he does sort of come over sideways to it. He at least honors it a little bit.
Yeah, but he's standing on the free throw line. What coach is he talking to?
But, I mean, he came in a little bit, but the point was, Patrick Beverley is taking over for Russ, and he's not going to like it because he doesn't like Patrick Beverley to begin with.
Right.
He's usurping his quarterback power, right? His point guard power.
Right.
Patrick is out there initiating as the new leader of the Lakers.
Right.
You know what's up.
Where do we begin?
Trouble.
Is he a team player?
Trouble. Them boys in trouble now. I don't know what. I've been saying it the whole time.
Since the day I texted you when he got the trade happen.
What was supposed to happen?
They thought he was gonna be the savior back in the OKC days.
How?
But the thing is, like, no matter what Russ does, he's gonna get criticized. And it doesn't even matter. He tried to sum it up like, yo, it wasn't even like that, da-da-da. Like, no matter what he does, it's always gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad, and they're gonna spin it to make it look bad.
Okay, is that warranted
Yeah.
on him?
Definitely
it's his
on
fault.
him.
I just want to hear you say it.
Yeah.
But then I really want to talk to whoever initiated this experiment.
That'd be LeBron.
How is this? I don't get it. This is exactly what I thought would happen in the beginning, and then they picked up Pat Bev. I knew that wasn't gonna work. Doesn't sound right.
Which I actually like how Pat Bev's been playing.
Pat Bev been hooping.
Even though he
been
isn't
hooping.
scoring a lot, but he's been more effective than Russ. In a couple of the games, preseason and in the regular season, Russ has been more on the bench than Pat. Pat's been more effective on both sides of the court. He's made sure that people have gotten fed the right way. He's made sure that he's actually caused havoc on the defensive side.
He trying to make a difference. Really.
And he's being a team player. He wanted his team to talk. He was like, yo, let's correct this issue.
It didn't look good.
And Russ, first of all, yeah, Russ is who he is, but as a team player, someone that everyone is trying to accommodate his needs and his feelings, he should have went and listened to Pat. As much as he didn't want to, he should have.
For both of the clips they talking about, they said Russ was arguing with the ref and he was already upset and still didn't get in the huddle. Still looks bad. No matter what, it still looks bad. When the lineup, when they were doing the intro and everything before the game, they were like, oh, he was there. He was there. But how come you wasn't at the end of the huddle with everybody, everybody get together. All right, 1, 2, 3 team, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Like, he is, it doesn't matter. His actions are showing that he's really not in it and not for that team.
This is what, game 1?
No, that was the second to last preseason game. But what made it even worse is you're killing your trade value. No one's gonna want you. And guess what? If the Lakers cut him because his contract's the end of the season, no one's gonna want to pick him up for the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't need the guy.
I think
Where?
they'll look at old footage and
Where?
be like, all right, cool. DC, you can't say where. It's not even all the way back in OKC. DC, he was still that
But
guy.
he's a cancer now. So you want a problem child on your squad? You want him to come to the Knicks?
He's not.
You want to come to the Knicks?
He'll never go to the Knicks. Nobody wants to go to the Knicks. So it's not happening.
Jalen Brunson wanted to be a Knick.
The only person that wanted to go because his daddy was there. Other than that, no.
Whose side are you on, Brian?
I'm on the side that.
Are you Russell's lawyer?
No, not his PR man at all either. But I'm
out.
just
Are you his
saying
manager?
the facts. The facts is this:
His agent
he goes
left
to
him.
a different team. He gonna be all right.
Yo,
No, he's not.
check his LinkedIn right
You
now.
serious?
Right on.
When he goes to a different team and his
Who's
team
gonna
actually
take him?
fits
Check this
I don't know
dude
who's gonna take him.
Nobody.
Somebody will pick him up.
Nobody.
Somebody will pick him up.
Why?
Only reason I agree with him, but the reason I say that is because
Who you agree with?
stat.
Yeah.
Because, like, doesn't Russ seem like the type of guy everything has to go through him? Like, whose game plan is just gonna, in the middle of the year, just turn into the Russell Westbrook show? Like,
That sounds crazy. In the middle of the season, of course not. But I just don't think like it's just not. It's not there in LA.
he's
So
twisting stuff up.
the first game, their first home game was against the Clippers.
Yeah.
PG even said that. PG-13 even said, he was like, look, like, yo, I'm a Russ fan. Obviously, that's his man's.
Yeah.
He was like, it sucks. It sucks how he's playing. What's going on? It's bad. He's like, the team that he's on right now does not fit him. As you has multiple times have said that.
Exactly.
And you said it too, Kyle. It's like, yo, like, it has to go through him. That team does not fit him. He finds that team that fits him. DC, it worked. So that's what I'm saying. You're saying cancer, all that stuff, but like at the same point in time, it wasn't even that long ago where a team it worked for us, and you didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. It's LA media. It's how he's obviously not. He don't want to be there. It's not fit. It doesn't fit.
Where
He'll
can he
get
go? What playoff team would actually take him? Name me a playoff team.
It might not be a playoff team. Why are we saying playoff team?
Because, okay, so if you are up in age, he's like 34, 35,
Yeah,
you're not going to go to a whack team just to hoop it up.
he might. He might.
He has to.
He went to DC.
DC made the playoffs, though.
Yeah, but DC was not even like remotely like we think about playoffs in the East. Those
he got
seasons ago.
traded.
Okay, but still,
He didn't choose to go to DC.
it don't matter. No, like it doesn't matter, bro. Like honestly,
Call me a pick. Tell me name me a team that will want him if they're trying to make it to the playoffs and do well. There's only one team I can think of because they're desperate for a guard.
who?
Chicago. That's the only team because Ball is hurt.
That sounds about right, but it still wouldn't. It might not work there. Nobody knows. Like you said, he's not an issue. It's just like it's a project. We don't know if it's gonna work. Is this team gonna work? Is our offense gonna go there? Like Kyle said, like, are we gonna just change our whole offensive scheme because of this guy?
Mid-season.
It's not going. I don't think that's the smartest move, but I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done. Hell no, I don't think he's done.
He might not get picked up. You know who he needs to speak to?
The Jets.
Damn, that's random. No, but you know who he needs to speak to because he was crazy until he got cut?
Who?
Melo. Melo thought he was all that, and then Melo got cut,
Russ, I would say this.
and it took some time.
Russ is still at least 20.
What?
10-10.
Don't disrespect.
I think
You don't
Russ,
think Melo can't do that?
Melo can do that, but Russ is still a 20-10-10.
Yeah, on a team that runs everything. through
Yeah.
him, and no one's gonna change up their system.
So you're saying Melo is like used to be all that, but Melo hasn't put up Melo numbers.
He comes off the bench now. He humbly accepts
That's
that.
a whole different game.
That's
now.
a whole different game, though. That's not saying I'm Melo again against the elite players or starters. It's like I'm Melo kicking Scrub's ass.
I bet you he could if he played at Orlando.
Who, Melo?
Yeah. If he played in Charlotte.
So that's the same thing. If Russ went to Orlando,
Yeah.
Russ.
But that's with teams that aren't going to make the playoffs. And Melo's not going to do that. Russ ain't going to do that. Melo's going to find a team, which we're getting way off topic because we got to talk about the other Cali team. Russ is not going to go to a playoff contending team. No one's going to want to do that. Not at all.
He's lacking that one piece of his game
Shooting.
he could fit in.
Shooting.
I really cannot
And common
believe
sense.
that. Both. You can't even say like with D Rose. It's like
He evolved.
he could shoot. Yeah, with Melo, like we're talking about, at least he could shoot.
Yeah.
It's not that he won't do it. He really can't.
Nah, he can't. He was 0 for 11.
He can't help most teams.
All right. We got to talk about the other California team.
Who?
Golden State. Jabron. Throw that next clip on.
Let's let you hear what Steve Kerr, the coach, had to say about just how challenging the situation has been.
This is the biggest crisis that we've ever had since I've been coach here. It's really serious stuff. We're not perfect. Our team isn't perfect. Bob and I have definitely made our share of mistakes over the years, but we're going to lean on the experience that we have together, over the last 9 years, and trust that this is the best decision for our team.
All right, Jalen, I want to start with you on this. Last week on this program, you made some pretty strong comments about how you felt that this was a relationship that would never fully be able to be put back together. Now that we've seen the video and we've heard from all the parties involved, what do you think now?
It's worse than I thought, and at least Steve Kerr is the person that can navigate this as a championship-level coach who's done it as a player, and unfortunately, he dealt with this with Michael Jordan, but he actually got punched in practice. But here's what makes that different. It wasn't a video. And I guarantee you, he and MJ's relationship was never the same. Draymond's and Poole's will never be the same. Draymond's and the team will never be the same. And before this incident, I actually thought the Warriors were going to win it all. They ain't winning it all this year now. Because what's going to happen is the karma of the game catches up to you in so many ways. And basketball is so much a game of camaraderie. This is 2 of their top 5 players. So how their interactions are going to be all season is going to affect the dynamics of a team. Helping on defense, missing me on an assignment, missing me on a pass. Guess what we're going to be paying attention to? Did they high five? Basic things that we normally take for granted are now going to permeate. And lastly, when you don't suspend him because it's going to be ring night, now you really just double down in Jordan Poole's mind that he punched me and y'all didn't suspend him. And eventually they're going to have to choose the future, Jordan Poole, over the current and or the past.
All right, you jokers.
Hey, yo.
Between you, our producer, and Kyle, y'all were laughing so hard. Y'all ain't right.
Steve Kerr
Hall of Fame coach, he went through it, and also he got beat up by Michael Lang. Also, he got punched in the face.
Y'all ain't right. You know he got PTSD after this, right?
No, but
He had to reminisce.
He's scared of Darcy, nigga. You gotta be scared of Darcy.
He looked at Jordan. He had to hold him. He was like, "It's okay."
You probably do wear Jordans.
I don't think he does. I never seen him wear Jordans. He said never again after that.
Now that relationship, it's probably gonna be awkward, but I would say this: Poole got his bag. He happy. He know his
4 years.
He's staying there. He's good, and I think it's weird. It is weird that they didn't suspend, bro, or do no actions. I think that was weird how they actually. I was like, yo, at least get suspended, something like.
They fined him and. Okay, so what the whole rumor and the understanding was, because he was there from the beginning, he's been for those 4 championships, it would have hurt the
chemistry or
the other 2 that were there from the beginning. Clay and Steph were there, and that whole bond that they have, they believe that would have took it away from Steph being happy and Clay being happy.
Really? You punch somebody? What you think? Like, bro, come on now. You can't be on the little homies.
Now, guess what? If he had punched Steph, then yeah, that brother would have been suspended.
He know not to punch Steph.
Nah, he would never did that.
But you know what's funny? Hearing Shumpert, hearing Reggie talk about it, he was like, yo, there was a lot of people that used to get beat up and punched in practice.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that.
Yeah, of course.
The type of greasy he was talking, that can't be his first time getting punched in the face. He was
Or at
talking
least
that shit.
Toughed up, pushed everything. Yeah, he was talking mess.
He looked comfortable, so it's like, I mean, I feel like people are pumping it up, like the media's pumping it up.
People think they setting up Draymond so he couldn't get that.
Yeah, making him look real bad, but
I mean, it is like, to me, as far as the season goes, I got my money. You know what I'm saying? We have the memes and stuff, and at the end of the day, I will cry into my sack of money.
Facts.
And my financial future for the next 4 years, and my ring that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Now, if I really had a problem, then we move some furniture around in our office next week or whatever.
1v1.
Yes, and we have a conversation like that. But I'm not letting it fuck up my season. I really think the media is reaching. It's just like, this relationship can never be repaired. He was already talking that shit.
Yeah, they make it seem like they weren't a bonded team that can talk junk to each other. It's just fists were thrown this time and it connected, and you got knocked out. Craig, you got knocked. Yeah, so he got knocked out, and it got everybody got it. TMC got it. The video, everybody's saying is the video makes it really worse. Yeah, he should got.
The intern got fired.
Yeah, he should got more money though.
That brother got fired. He had to.
Well,
but
I hope he got his little package from TMZ.
10,000.
He could have got more. Oh, he could have got.
Someone
more.
said it was $2 million, and then it was really confirmed it was 10 grand.
10
That's
grand?
Nothing for what he could have got.
10 grand.
I'm like done with him now.
Yeah.
I hope he gets fired for his next job. Right?
For his next job.
You know he's never gonna be working in the NBA.
But I think that team's going, regardless, they're going to stay together. I do think Draymond probably going to get the boot at the end of this season. Is they're going to be like, you know what? You're going to have to leave, obviously.
He's gonna take that player option.
Yeah,
Stay.
of course. He's going to try to, but
mil.
I don't think it's going to mess up their groove, honestly. Like, if we go back, I know we're going to talk about it, but I'm just like, they are still clicking on all cylinders. Like, whatever they got beef going on, it doesn't show that on the court at all. Like, it really doesn't.
I just think a lot of people in the media where it just doesn't like Draymond. One thing I respect about Draymond, he was like, yo, when that thing went on social media, he was like, I didn't even see it. I was chilling with my kids, living my best life. He was like, I don't give a fuck about social media.
He got the bag. He's good.
Which I respect. He ain't worrying about it. But where does he go? There was a rumor that was trying to talk about the best fit for him. No, it's not the Lakers. If they would trade your boy who came out of Duke, Mr. Johnson, Jalen Johnson and John Collins in Atlanta for Draymond.
Okay.
That actually makes sense.
Atlanta, that would be it'll help.
That could work.
Good leadership.
I'd
that
have
team
to see
need
that. I'd have to see that.
Yeah.
You got Capello, who
Capello need to go. That young boy y'all like is way better than him.
Capello's getting hurt.
Yeah. It's
a shame.
He's nice.
Maybe he needs to stay
him.
around enough to develop, help develop a Kongwu or whatever. But
He's
after
nice.
that, yeah,
he's nice. He's the one. He needs to step in.
He's very fluid.
He'll come to the
like
Knicks.
him.
We'll trade for him.
No.
Who, Kongwu?
No.
You're talking about Capella.
Capella. You know we do that. Look, we got Taj Gibson at age like 50.
I forgot about that. He was still all right too.
He was.
Yeah, I miss Taj.
But we had to let him go for somebody else, for emotional Mitchell Robinson. But anyway, at the end of the day, Draymond is going to keep it professional.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan is going to keep it professional. And I like how Curry hasn't had to say anything.
Clay ain't say nothing. They're like
Iggy hasn't said anything. Which is dope because it's been all internal.
But that's the thing. If we would have never saw that video, we will not know anything about this
for all we
whatsoever.
know-
That video never came out. We would have never known. They would have probably got at the end of the season. They would have got the ring.
Nope.
And they would have been disclosed.
We would have found out
Who?
in 10 years when they do their doc.
Yeah, but we would have never known about it like that.
Word up.
And then Steve Kerr talked about, he said, yo, that gave me PTSD. It reminded
I
me
just
of Mike.
remember last time I got punched in the face.
I mean, I was thinking like for all we know, like Luka probably punched somebody in practice the same day, and it's just not on
Spencer
camera.
Dinwiddie.
Nah, I don't think Spencer's having that. Who left?
Tim Hardaway ain't doing that because he used to fight. Who gonna do that?
Kyle brought it up that Luka used to swing. I don't even think he
Spencer
did.
Dinwiddie. Nah, Luka fought Porzingis. Nah, but it was true. They did used to get into arguments. They used to get into a lot of heated arguments. So guess what?
Okay, makes sense because he's
that actually did happen.
Yeah, you think he didn't smack him upside his head in the locker room one time when he turned around?
Just
and
like
speaking that language.
Yeah,
they
speaking that language.
Damn, you gonna get us shut down.
Tyson.
What?
Oh, he turned around.
You know they got the little high top fade
Yeah,
too,
man.
like right there.
You know, you might smack somebody in their head, like do one of these.
Hey, yo. We're done. Now we got to talk about some better things. Let's talk about, I know everyone in the city of Philadelphia got hurt because Boston had to tear them up a little bit. How do you feel about Boston's new coach?
He was all right. He was cool. I watched the game. It was dope. I don't know. It doesn't really.
You don't know what to say.
No, I don't know what to say because I'm
see
just
the
like, is the
difference.
player still doing their thing? You can't really tell it was like a coaching change or something different happened. Like I see the same style. Maybe he probably didn't change anything, obviously.
Sure did.
Very scary.
He didn't
team.
change anything. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
He's
Get
just as
W,
mellow as-
rotation. Yeah, just as mellow. Rotations were the same to me. To me, the rotations looked the same. Actually, Marcus Smart. Now
He was about to get it.
Yeah, he was.
He was about to fight Embiid.
Everything looked cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It does kind of seem weird just like seeing a new dude. I'm like, all right, but what changed? Wait, are you implementing, like, are you bringing in any culture, any different culture? I don't think he is. He wasn't really heavy involved like that in the staff to be doing it. Like, he wasn't an assistant coach or
You know
nothing.
what?
No, he was.
He was, but he wasn't like in depth. Like
He was one of the high one-ups because he was one of the finalists for Utah's head coach job. And then Will Hardy got it.
bro, when they was talking about him, they didn't make it seem. They made it seem like he was like, yo, like he wasn't really there.
Nowhere.
Nah, he
I ain't know that.
He was.
Because they said he never sat on the staff bench like that. Like he never was around. Like
Just because of that, Pop used to do that with all his assistants. He would take some people, put them somewhere else, talk to them on the side and help them develop. Just because you're in the front row doesn't mean anything. At one time, Mike Woodson was in the front row when he was one of the assistant coaches for the Knicks. He was in the back. But just because he's in the back, it don't matter. A lot of head coaches have their favoritism, and they don't like showing it because then coaches and teams that see that, they'll be like, hey, yo.
They start plotting.
Yeah, because for the longest time, people thought Becky Hammond was really going to get that head coaching job.
Because she was in the front.
Yeah, because she
in the
was
front.
there. Yeah.
And Pop was really developing her. Funny story. Everyone kept this on the low. Will Hardy was one of Pop's assistant coaches too, and he was, and just like Ime too, he was one of those coaches.
Mm-hmm.
But look who got coach jobs. He did. Will Hardy
Facts.
did. So
facts.
just because
Okay.
you in the front don't mean nothing.
Yeah, you're right. You the stat man. I ain't gonna front. The way they was talking about it, they was like, yo, bro came out of nowhere. I was like, all right, well, hopefully he can do good. I know he had, I didn't know his history like how you said, but I was like, all right, cool. That's what's up. I mean, but same thing I said, he ain't changed nothing. Now, I will say this. Philly didn't look good. Maxey is a boss. Maxey is their promising star. He's nice. PJ looked all right. Joel looked good, of course.
Yeah.
But dang, Philly.
Let's give them this. It's early. It's too early for me.
I guess so. I guess it's
I
too
want to
early.
give them a month.
They owe too.
Yeah.
They lost against the Bucks too.
Last night.
I don't know. I don't know what they missing. I'm like, dang, what is going
Now,
on?
will you all put some respect on my name?
Who?
Do you think Doc is on the hot seat this season?
Man, you don't like
nigga
Doc.
talking about-
I don't even like that man.
I
That's
like
why.
Doc. I like Doc.
Yo, we're gonna get
Yes, I
sued,
do.
yo.
No.
Go back to the early episode last season, y'all. Go back to last season. You can hear all the hate in this man's
There was
voice
no
about
hate.
Doc.
We
He
did
don't
this-
like Doc.
this
There was no
season, too.
hate. The only issue I had with them is like, you got to change your system.
Last season, he was talking crap about Doc. He's like, Doc,
Yo, we're going to pull it up. He is gone. I said this is his last season. If they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, he's gone.
So it has to be the Eastern Conference
You
Finals.
get knocked out in the second round every year?
Oh yeah, that doesn't look good on his.
Yeah, bro, come on now. You an NBA champion coach.
Yeah.
You better bring your ass to the Eastern Conference Finals, bare minimum.
1 year championship coach.
Doesn't matter. He could have had more, but he messed up in LA. Don't act like he messed up.
Yeah.
He had Paul doing his thing. He had
the squad. That was a
exactly.
good in-season, regular season squad.
Yeah.
The playoffs, they couldn't
So
do it.
guess what? Doc is gonna be on the hot seat.
So what do you think? So if it's Doc, what are they missing then? What do you think?
They need a bench, number one. Who's their bench? Name me some people that are legit that you can have firepower. And by the way, Hart is still.
They got that one dude. I don't even remember his name.
Thibault?
No. Thibauld's nice.
He rocked.
Yeah,
them.
I think he's I don't think he's a new pickup from Philly. That's not the squad. So he was actually making buckets. I liked him. I forgot bruh's name, but he was actually coming through for him.
Oh, what's his name? Milton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shake Milton.
Yeah.
Yes, he was
good.
stepped- he
Guess
was
what?
stepped up.
He rocked bench that day.
What that? He did good.
Yeah.
He played.
Are you on drugs?
They do that with him.
Stat man. Yo, he didn't play that game.
This is wrong player then.
Yeah, my man. Come on now.
Wrong player then.
Yeah, my man. Come on. I watched the same game you did.
I went to sleep.
Well, at least you honest. This guy might have been sleeping. And
It's late, bro.
I know.
He did play. He played 21 minutes.
No, he did not.
Melton played 21 minutes.
No, he did not. No, we said Milton. He ain't play. Coach's decision. We just said Milton.
That's
You
who
said
I
Melton.
Meant. That's who I meant, though. That's who I meant. I just told you that's not my
Kyle
team. Like, I
said-
don't know, bro.
Kyle
I
said-
said shake.
And you said yeah.
Oh, I know. I know. I saw the jersey. I remember it. I was like, oh, Melton. I
Where
don't
did he
know.
come from?
You the stat man. You tell
He
me.
came from the Grizzlies.
Okay, but he did good. He played 21 minutes. I like the way he played. He didn't have big numbers, but I was like, he came off the bench and did something. And obviously, you're right. They bench.
Hot garbage.
His rotation is not like everybody. The starters all played, but that's you know what? That's why I only remembered him because every other starter I know. And then I was like, oh, that guy. Who is that guy? Then they started talking
As
about,
I keep
bro.
telling you, this is why he's gonna get fired. His
So,
system, and he ain't.
It's
playing.
his fault because the bench sucked.
Guess what? I tell management like, yo, you got to give me some players.
No.
You an NBA champion coach. You have pull like that.
Yeah.
You might as well get Westbrook.
Damn, you went from having no bench to having no points.
You never know.
It's number
Russ.
What? Russ and Embiid hate
Russ
each other.
and Harden. Say no, that would be crazy. Yo, that would be the craziest
Nah,
thing.
you know what? That's
Talking
when
about
Embiid
that
will be
old
like, yo,
OKC squad.
I'm going to Miami. Jimmy gonna call him and be like, is it time for you to come to Miami?
He should have went.
No, he's like Patrick Ewing. He had loyalty to a fault until Ewing was like, "Yo,
He got something going on in Philly.
he gonna leave." He just became an American citizen,
Oh, there it is.
Yo, why do you know this stuff? What?
and he also
He just became American.
He's like Narco.
He's part of them, bro. He know too much.
All right, but now we gotta talk about the other game that happened that night, the Lakers and Golden State, and Russ and his wonderfulness.
Ass whooping.
But first, Jabron, we have to talk about that clip. Run that one, please.
Now, LeBron James, he did have a near triple-double, 31 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. He had this to say about his team shooting.
Be completely honest, we're not a team that's constructed of great shooting. And that's just the truth of the matter is, it's not like, we're sitting here with a lot of lasers on our team. So, but that doesn't deter us from still trying to get great shots, and when we get those opportunities, you take them. But we're not sitting here with a bunch of 40-plus career three-point shooting guys.
Shannon, what do you think? Is shooting the Lakers' biggest problem?
Well, it's one of them. What they did last year is they traded out old guys that can't shoot and defend for young guys that can't shoot and defend. And LeBron is absolutely right. They're not constructed of a team they're built like a team that can contend in the 80s and 90s. You got two guys up front that can go get you 25, 30 on a nightly basis. You get Russ that tripped in and played particularly well last night as far as scoring the basketball, Skip. You got 77 points, 78 points from your big three. But then you got nothing else from anyone else. So the way they're constructed, if they're playing in the 80s or the 90s, they'd be a hell of a ball club. They could possibly win it all. But in today's game, where shooting is of the utmost importance, they're not going anywhere. They're not, and if they don't make some moves, they're not going to contend in the West. I don't care how great LeBron and Skip. The thing was last night, the Warriors didn't shoot the ball great. It wasn't like they shot the ball like out of the building. That Steph got hot late in the ball game. But when you look at it, they only shot 45% from the floor. We know they can shoot 50%.
Yep.
They shot 35% from the three. That's not great.
No.
And at no point in time did you think, oh, man, Lakers about to make a run. The Lakers about to do this thing. At no point in time. They fall in the third quarter last year with their bugaboo, right? They come out and get outscored about 15, 20 points in the third quarter and then try to make a run in the fourth quarter and then come up short. And it's like, well, if we come out with the energy that we came out in the fourth quarter, now it's too late. Nobody thought you was going to do anything in that situation, Skip. So for me, everybody, LeBron touched on it. Darvin Ham touched on it. I don't know, there are guys on this roster, Skip. I don't know what Toscano Anderson, I don't know what role he feels. Lonnie Walker the fourth, hey. But they're not they're not shooters. They're not shooters. And that's what you need. You need shooters in today's game. And the teams that have shooters, guys that can knock down the shot, and like LeBron said, well, okay, we got some great looks. And he didn't start off particularly well. He was cold as ice from the three-point line. And he's getting wide open shots. It wasn't like he was taking contested threes. He was getting great looks, and they weren't knocking them down. That's not who they are. That's not what they are. So for me, Skip, everything that they said, the one guy that they had as a shooter last year, they let him go. Malik Monk was the one consistent guy, Skip, that could knock down shots from the outside.
I'll buy that.
And then he could put it on the floor and get to the rim. And they let him go. He went to Sacramento 2 years at $19 million.
Yep.
So Pat Bev didn't really give us anything last night. He was in foul trouble. He was running around out there. Maybe he was too gassed up trying to make a great improvement. And somehow he thinks, does he understand his role? His role is not to knock down threes. His role is not to be a shooter. His role is to defend. And he didn't do that at an elite level last night.
R.I.P. from Malik Monk, because that was Kyle's boy.
It's hard to say goodbye to yesterday. He took his $19 million and just got out of there.
Yeah.
They kept Westbrook, which didn't sound right even in the beginning. And this is where we are.
And they got Lonnie.
How come they don't realize?
But
I know he has like a.
He's a slashing type. Malik's a real shooter.
Yeah, man. It's just like I'll keep saying it. I really don't understand it.
What?
The team, if you even say the names, it doesn't sound like a lot of great shooting. So why is he so surprised?
Who? Why is who's? Bron knows. Bron knows. He's like.
But why did he do that?
I don't.
Or like why is the team constructed in that manner when you know like he wants rings?
I would say this, like how you're probably trying to say is like basically his old formula was surround Bron around great shooters, and that's what it was for all the years where he's won.
That's
He's been
like the
around
league.
great shooters. Yeah, but him as a facilitator, because obviously we know Bron is basically
Point guard, shooting guard.
all four
small-
positions on the court. So you surround him around great shooters, you get wins, and you get to the playoffs, and you most likely get to the championship.
But he has none of them.
He has none of them. I don't know why he constructed a team like this. Maybe because they won in the bubble, which we all have our different views about it. The listeners, I know y'all have views about
That's
that
an
too.
asterisk. That's
But
like
still,
that's like steroids.
it's just perform enhancing. But it's like, yeah, even that Laker team, he had some type of shooters. Quick Cook was there. JR was there.
Wayne Ellington.
But the thing is, it's like, basically, it whittles down to them beating one team.
Yeah.
Like, all of his rings were like that. You know that it's going to be that team. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, while he's at whatever team, he becomes that team. But it's like the Warriors,
They draft
They just
well. They
poured-
sign well.
They don't
Points on you.
miss.
they don't.
All them young cats they have right now are all
It's full
potentially
of archers.
going to be good. Just think about it. Poole is Curry, just different skin color. It's like he's darker. He played just like him.
Likely.
He
Yeah.
played just like him, yo. Like, they're set. They don't mess up. They have not missed in a while.
It's like, how do you figure you're going to catch up to them? Because you know how they are, too. It's like, even if you... The way I see it, when I watch them play basketball late in the seasons, in their series and all that, it's like you could be beating them by 11, and you look at them, and it doesn't matter, just like the Patriots.
Yeah.
Don't worry, at some point, you'll only score 20 points, and then we'll have a 48-point, like, quarter. Mm-hmm. And then the next quarter, it's going to be 39. And then that next quarter, like, you get... They at some point, it's not even like they flip a switch. It's just the floodgates open, and next thing you know, you're down 18.
Yeah, that's
when
not-
you was up 8.
Yeah, even though this game's
That's how
full of
it
runs,
goes.
even though the game is full of runs, it's you can't come back from runs if
But
you
the
ain't got
Warriors
that.
Should be getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Like, that's
dude.
how it goes.
It get way too out of
Wait,
hand.
What just happened? Why are they up 7? They're up 18 now.
And you're looking like, yo, Steph's not on the court no more. Clay's not on the court. Like,
Fam.
how are they still up? They can do
Then
it.
after you finish trying to like swing at passes that you're missing, everything,
Culture.
all them threes, then they start hitting the high percentage stuff, easy stuff. Remember when Sean Livingston was? I used to love that.
God. Livingston used to get back down all their point
I used to love
guards.
that.
He used to get that easy little turnaround in the cup. Like,
The
he's the back.
transition stuff
easy.
they used to do.
Yes. It was
Fourth
ill.
pick in the
Big
draft.
guard.
Him and Iggy used to really handle all that. That's what Andrew Wiggins is right now. He's both of those dudes in one right now.
That's
And he got
I
his
never thought
bag
about it
too.
like that.
Yes, he got his
got
bag
his
as well.
he got his
And they
extension.
all sitting good. Like, we are ODing on the Warriors, but like, it's true. It's facts.
They are the team to beat, and if you can't shoot, you will not.
not even
beat
team.
the
It's
Warriors.
organization. Like,
You right.
they're the blueprint of how you should really do it.
This is the game now.
And do you know who's actually copying that blueprint?
Who?
No.
Memphis.
I would say that.
Look
I
at-
can kind of.
Look at this.
They're
They,
starting to do good with that.
they got Jaren Jackson Jr., who's out
He's
with the
hurt,
foot
yeah.
surgery, but they drafted him. They got good old John Morant, and they got Desmond Bain. And look how they doing.
Now,
That-
Bane was, that's that. Yeah, yo, is it who they have? They got some other bro that came off the bench.
I don't even want to talk about it because they
For-
beat us. Yeah.
For him, and he was ill. You seen that? What's bro's name? You remember his name,
There's
Carl?
another dude who likes to fight.
It's the dude that Steven Adams took the towel away from and threw it at Ja.
I was
You seen
gonna
that?
say
Well, Brandon
Bazemore.
Clark.
No. He stepped up big time for them. He started, I think. And I was like, yo, like,
Oh, you're talking about boy. Well, Aldam Adam.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
You
like,
said came off the bench. Homie started.
I know. I just changed it up. I
Yeah,
said
I'm
he
like-
started. He
yeah, that's
started.
why I was looking at you like, huh?
Yeah, I switched it up. Yeah, I was like, yo, like, who is this guy? And then I was like, yo, he's dunking on Randall. Yo, he's shooting lights out.
And the only reason why he started is because Jaren Jackson is out hurt.
Exactly. But
like Golden State.
Like you said, yeah, they got
that's the new Golden
Steelers
State.
next up. That next up mentality is ill.
And we lost to them 115 to 112. But
We look all right.
and big shout out to Cam Reddish, who got us into overtime.
Killer Cam did his thing. That
hit
jumper was nice.
22
he was
points.
Playing well. Hey, I know Obi didn't get a little didn't get a shine that game. RJ didn't do nothing. I don't even want to talk about it. But Cam stepped up.
He disappointed me.
He's showing that it's like, yeah, I need my payday. You want to make me a big role on this team, or let me get my payday somewhere else.
Jalen Brunson did what we've been looking for since Charlie, where he actually was the point guard that actually knew who to give the ball to and to actually make sure to run the pace the right way and not be reckless.
Yo, I like that dude. I like that kid.
You gonna buy a jersey? I got to. I'm gonna buy his jersey.
I might.
Then we trade him away.
That shouldn't happen.
What? Don't act like that's not possible.
Usually I just get the old head Nick jerseys, but I'll get this jersey.
Yeah,
I'll get this jersey.
Let me get my beach body right. Next summer,
Stretch
I'll wear Jalen Brunson.
Stretch Marks Poppy over here getting ready to go to Miami.
But I thought we played well. I think it's potential. It's even though we took an L, we got a game tonight. I think it's
Detroit.
Detroit. We should definitely win that game. But I don't know. Ivy's nice. Ivy's nice. Yeah, Ivy's actually he put up 20 something. 18. Yeah, he's hooping. Obviously, we knew that was going to happen. But we look.
My bad, 19.
For the Knicks
Kate
listeners, we look all right. We look decent. You know what I'm saying? We got the point guard. We still got to fill in some things. The defense didn't look good, bruh. I don't know what I was doing. I was watching it, and I was watching it on my phone, and for some reason, ESPN gave me this crazy angle. I watched it on my phone, and it gave me the crazy angle. It wasn't the regular TV angle. I was like, yo, I'm watching it from like the top of the backboard, and I just can see how like the back, like nobody was boxing out. They were letting, John Moran got crazy calls. Like, he was getting every call, obviously. They were at home. But I was just like, yo, like, the defense looks crazy. At this angle, the way I was watching, on top of the backboard, I was like, yo, like, what are they doing? They're just letting people get the open lanes. Obviously, people were in foul trouble.
Mitch wasn't doing his thing.
Mitch was gone.
Yeah, Mitch wasn't.
By the time I was watching it, Mitch was gone. I was like, yo, what the heck? Mitch is gone.
Getting himself into foul trouble.
I think he played 13 minutes, bro.
He disappointed me, and he got the bag.
He shouldn't have never got the bag.
But
I mean, I hate talking about people's pockets. He should have got the bag.
You were talking about me about that.
That's why I said I got Ivory Nick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like talking about
now
people's
you understand.
He gave it up smooth.
Now we gotta talk about the other New York team, Brooklyn versus the Pelicans.
What happened with that?
I'll shoot off. I would say this. The hype was big, which I think they can be that team.
They got their ass
missing.
beat.
They got big body. Like the
ass
whole
beat.
team is slim, frail, like KD. Basically, if you really, I was like, dang, ain't no big bodies.
And
And look at
guess what?
Zion. Their center, I'm gonna butcher his name, Valanciunas. I was like, yo, they get big body. The only person they can guard is Ingram, but Ingram was Ingram was cooking.
So was CJ. They overcooking.
Yo, CJ, obviously, CJ get his buckets. Shout out to Lehigh University, bro. But still, like, he was doing his thing, yo.
Kyrie was cold.
He had one little highlight everybody was talking about. Like, ooh, I was like, y'all didn't watch the game, though. Did you see how he wasn't really going off like that, like normally?
Yeah.
But it was. I think that game was their first game. I was like, all right, it's cool. But Zion looked well. Zion looked like he's on a mission.
He called Bron. Bron gave him the formula how to trim himself down. And he was like, all right, if you do this, I guarantee you 20 years in the NBA. Guaranteed on my money back.
Yeah, it's called personal chef.
Hey, whatever he had to do, he did it. I'm happy for him. He looks great out there. That team is going to be a problem. The West, I know we were talking about the East. I'm like, dang, some of the promising teams I thought were going to be stepping up there didn't really do it, but the West obviously is still there.
Jabari Smith Jr. did his thing. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist.
That's a whole different squad.
I know. I got to talk about some of the rookies.
Yeah.
But I have to put this person on the pedestal that he deserves to be because he was the first pick in the draft.
Oh,
He goes by the name of Paolo.
yeah. He look ready. He ready. He ready. He's there. He's ready.
He's a Kenny, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because I picked him when we were at the last episode because I'm like, I just want to see if he's really, if they struggle, if he can come back. I'm like, yo, he gonna average at least 20-something a game now. And it's crazy. It's scary because that's just rookie season, bro.
He almost had a double-double, 27 points.
He's
9
ready.
Rebounds,
That
5
team
assists,
fits him
2
so
blocks.
perfectly. It's good.
I told you.
Who was the dude he's been beefing with in the offseason?
Jamonte Murray. Talk about Murray when he got
DeJounte Murray?
Yeah.
I can't wait till they play.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
They're going to
good.
fight. They're going to fight.
Paulo seemed like he's not even trying to fight him. He
No,
just
his
keeps
squad
whooping
is going to
his
do
ass.
that for him. He ain't going to do that. His squad going to do that for him. Wendell Carter's going to take some.
He gonna be smiling at him.
You think Wendell really gonna do that? I don't know. We'll see.
Wendell's a bruiser.
He is.
From a soft school.
That is true.
Chill.
That is
Y'all
very
hyping
true.
up the man that's from the same school. Just to let
That's
y'all
okay.
know.
There's an exception to the rule. He's the
Yeah,
exception.
he's from like
Wow.
Puerto Rico or something.
He's from Mexico.
He went.
He's not from Mexico. Disrespectful. His mama's Brazilian.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought
This
he
man
straight
has
up.
a phone in his hand.
Yeah, I do.
He not really with that school like that.
Yeah, he is.
He's not.
Stop playing, bro. You hating on him.
He should have went. He's from Washington. He should have stayed on the West Coast.
He done with that whole state sofa.
Oh well. Now you gonna check him out. He's Brazilian. Brazilian and Italian.
Oh, really? I guess so.
Stat man. Yeah, that's
Phone
me.
review.
Phone check. Phone check. Nope.
But tonight we got the Knicks. Hopefully we win. I don't have anything else to say about Brooklyn. Brooklyn better wake up. Simmons did what Simmons does best. He didn't want to shoot.
You saw that meme? It's like a screenshot.
Which one?
It's like somebody scoring on him, just playing layup, and he's like under him, just looking at him score.
So he got sun.
Looking at him like, looked like he was just late on it. Then he thought about it and was like, let me not jump. And then it's just funny looking.
Do you feel bad for LeBron this year?
Feel bad for him.
Yeah. Yo, I fell asleep against the Bucks and the Sixers just to watch the whole game of the Lakers and the Clippers because Kawhi did his thing coming off the bench.
Yeah, he did. So did John Wall. Don't
John
sleep
Wall,
on my boy.
and he should not be coming off the bench. He should be started.
He should. I don't know why they made that mistake, but hey, let my man.
But it
do
worked.
Let him. Yo, they killed.
It worked.
They killed.
To your question, I mean, I'm probably the biggest LeBron fan up here. I don't know.
What?
I don't know if I feel bad. I don't pity.
I critique him so much.
This is the team that he put together, and it just didn't make sense.
That's why I feel bad for him for once. I'm like, yo, it's your 20th year. You're gonna break the record for Kareem. You should be going to the playoffs at the same time, but the only thing you're getting is probably just that record.
Even if they go to the
That's
playoffs,
all he's getting.
At best, he might get to the 6th seed.
I
At
don't
best.
even think that, bro.
somebody's gonna set them ablaze, yo. And this is
Denver.
pre-injuries. and
Knock on
stuff
wood on that.
can
I don't want that
happen.
to happen to
I'm
him.
not. Well, you know, like little ticky-tack stuff that people gotta miss.
Ticky tack for him. Yo, AD got hurt last
He
night.
always get
Yo, he
hurt.
went up and he fell and it messed up his back. And they would say he was limping. Then he shot a 3, but now they said he hurting.
Oh, they claimed they said it like
Yeah,
he's
he hurt. He hurt.
Yeah, Bron gonna have to leave LA, bro.
Yeah, after his extension is done, after his 2 years is done, and then wherever his son goes, he gonna go.
Yo, that's gonna be what, season 24 by that time?
24, 25.
Yeah, bro.
Because his son's already getting looked at, and I'm gonna make fun of the one school, because this one school from New Jersey
Rutgers
is trying to give him, but they said he's got an interest from Florida State.
Oh, he ain't going to Rutgers.
Don't quote me. UNC, Kentucky really wants him, and UCLA.
Yeah.
And he took a photo shoot at Ohio State.
That's where Brian said he would have gone if he went to college.
He said that so long ago.
Yeah.
I think he might push Bronny to
Ohio
do that.
State is done.
No, it's not.
Basketball wise?
No. Bruh, they had
Bronny?
two. No. They had 2 players that just came out the draft. Boy that just tore his ACL, and he actually wanted him. EJ Liddell, very good, 6'8" guy, very good.
That's nice you came out of the draft.
Yeah,
but
so
that's
Fuck
I
you.
don't care what you say.
I
I don't know why you trying to prove
Let him do
anything.
the second one.
and then
I'll let him go.
what's his name? You just messed up me with the name. The shooting guard, who's 19 years old, he got drafted by the Spurs. Very good deep shooter.
Yeah,
very good
you like
jump
the
shot.
Spurs.
They went to the tournament. They got knocked out, I think, in the second or third round of the tournament. They're okay. They're not going to be something where you can't just say they're disrespectful.
I just. You rather just go to UNC or something.
UCLA.
UCLA even.
He going to go to Ohio State.
Kansas.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Time out.
if he
Why
go there.
y'all both stupid for this? Think about how Ron Harper.
He's about to say that.
Think about how Ron Harper actually brought them back to the tournament.
Again, so
Ron Harper
what?
Jr.
Yeah, Ron Harper Jr.
Yeah.
So what you think? Bronny can't do that?
With Ohio State? No.
I don't.
You don't
think-
know who's gonna come.
I really don't.
That's
think,
true.
Like you said, Ohio State.
Yeah, you
He
don't
said
know.
he don't know who
you
he
don't-
gonna bring
You don't
with
know
him.
who he's gonna bring. Remember, Romeo got DeMar to come to
Kentucky.
USC, but
going
that's a
to
different story. That's the only reason why he went to
That was an
USC.
inside job. No, I thought he was Master P was his
made him
AU
go.
coach though. They had connect.
Yeah, but he was not going to USC. He was going elsewhere.
Really?
He stayed. That's the only reason why Romeo got to go to USC. Because DeMar was going there. And Romeo rocked bench.
What's that commercial? IUCP.
No, I see.
Yo, y'all disrespectful.
I see DC.
Yo, that ain't even cool. But nah, we could watch. If he go to Ohio State, he might bring somebody or 2.
So, are there any surprises that y'all saw? I mean, it's really early. Any surprises? Any shocks as of right now? You're seeing?
Russell's still starting.
Yeah, he is, and you thought he was coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench.
After this performance at 0-11, his last game, yeah, he
They
might.
just told him today, like,
they
yo,
just-
you're on warning now.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna really be looking at trade options for you.
That's
sir.
no way to, to be going out there and play with that on your mental. Anyway.
Exactly. That's what
It's
I'm trying to
over.
say. That's what
No,
I'm trying to say in the
Shannon's
beginning.
right. It's over. It's over. No, but like anybody who could see knows that it just didn't make sense in the beginning, in the early stages of its
Factual.
inception. But now it's run its course. It is done. Seems like whoever thought it was a good idea understands now that it's over. Russ is pissed, and he can't even contain his pistivity. So it's like it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
Time for him to get off the rotation, sit down, and he might as well not even come to games no more.
Why you bring that back? I would say this. It's not a surprise, but damn, bro, the Warriors look like they about to go back to that joint, yo.
Going back, they're already
I'm
there right now.
going.
It's just
back
who
to
is-
Cali.
Who gonna be in their way?
the beater, yeah. Or
Yeah.
who's gonna come challenge that?
I don't know, but they looking too. They just like they don't miss a step, and it's not
I'm
just
scared
the
about this. I'm right now. The way they look right now, they look like they're already in mid-season form, and it's like the scary part now is hopefully somebody makes it in interesting finals. I don't want to see somebody get their ass whooped.
Stephen
4
A.
times in a
said
row.
it's Brooklyn. I don't see that.
I don't either.
I don't see it. Bandit hasn't not. We didn't even talk about it, but Bandit has not
Boston.
even done anything.
That would be funny. But nah, we all disrespecting someone channeled the Eno Curry. Damon Lee shot the game winner for Phoenix against Dallas.
What is he gonna do against?
That was a surprise to you. That was a good game though, cause Luka and
Yeah.
Devin Booker beef is real. Like he really don't like, bro. And Luka, I ain't gonna front. Luka is that man, bro. The moves that he was putting out there, bro, it was crazy. I was like, yo, who's
white
guarding him? Like nobody can really stop that guy right
White
now.
chocolate just 6'8".
Dude, he got his skills.
He's just gonna be
He's
one of
just
them
good.
dudes who you already know.
Yeah.
Look, Luka's gonna do try to limit it to 35 and don't let nobody else do that.
Exactly. He's really can score that way. I'm just like, dag, y'all really not trying to put other talent around him?
No.
They really maybe they try, but it's not working. Y'all need some real hoopers around this man.
We could send Randall there.
Hey, it might help, but nah.
Give me Tim Hardaway Jr.
And then
again.
then we'll have that video of Luka punching him in his face.
Yeah, right.
Just like I said before.
Nah, but that shot was dope. That shot was dope that he did finish the game. It was a good, dope game. Suns still won. I mean, the Suns did win a game winner, but the Mavs, like, I don't know. Luka just looked crazy out there.
All it's got to take is someone to get punched in the face for them to get back to the championship. When was the last time Dallas went to the championship?
I don't remember the year, but it's
When
the
they-
year
when
that
they
they
beat-
punched LeBron.
Yeah, when they beat Miami, right?
2011.
11, yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Jason Kidd, Terry. They said Terry was their best
Sean
player.
Marion.
They said Jason Terry was one of their best players. It was Dirk and Jason Terry. I was like, dag. I mean, it
Jason
was.
Terry came off the bench. That was their sixth man.
They said that was their best player. Jason Kidd said in the interview, he was just like, yeah, we knew Jason Terry was our best player, and so was Dirk. Like, we knew what to do and how to beat him. I was like,
Remember they said J.J. Barea had problems getting into the stadium?
Yeah, because they thought he was a scrub.
They thought he was some guy.
and he was a golden dude to shut everybody up in Miami. He was annoying. I ain't gonna lie. He was probably really annoying to guard too fast.
He's been like that his whole life too. I can tell. I know he has. It's just what he does. It's his calling.
Yeah.
One more fact. Who drafted Jason Terry?
Hold up. Let me remember NBA Street.
And then we're going to end this.
What volume?
What? The first one.
The first one?
Wasn't he there? He was on it. Was it the Hawks?
Oh.
That's my man. That's my dog.
Yo, I
Stretch
played the
Mark Poppy
shit out
got
of
that.
game. I used to play
That's
that
why he
game.
knows.
I used to play that game all crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, send us home.
All right, yo, that's a wrap. We gonna see you on next episode. Keep watching them games. Peace.
We out.